In 2026, all of the content that you guys watch each and every single day is nothing but a big fat lie. It's all a lie. Everyone is lying to you. They're trying to promote products. They are trying to make themselves look more grandiose or more successful or more prosperous or happier than they actually are. It's became the Instagram of content right here on YouTube where no one expresses anything real anymore because maybe the things that are real are just too painful or they're not exciting enough. And I think that that is mainly this competitive thing that we have, especially on YouTube, between creators in order to get your attention. If we talk about real world issues, then people simply won't watch. Maybe because it is a harsh reminder that they're not living up to their own expectations that they set for themselves. Maybe their life hasn't panned out just the way that they had intended. Either way, they won't watch it. And so that forces creators to have to become more, more and more crazy on here. And I hate that because I found myself falling into it too. I know that I could have a clickbaity title and thumbnail and people will flock to it. I've seen it happen. But yet when you want to talk about something that is truly beneficial towards humanity and absolutely affects each and every single person that would watch the video, no one blinks an eye. No one cares. And that is your fault. You blame all of these creators for selling out, but the truth is that if they gave you what you needed, you wouldn't respect it enough to accept it in the first place. That's the major issue. And I'm guilty of it too. Like I'd mentioned, humans like novelty. They like excitement. They want to see the best of. They want to see something that's crazy and eye-catching and sensationalistic. They don't want to go through life being told what to do and being constantly reminded that what they're doing isn't working. So instead, they turn off their brains and they watch content. That's all this shit is. It's a giant advertisement in order to sell products. And I hate that. That is why I created this, whatever this is. Call it a channel, call it a daily vlog, call it a podcast. The truth is, I don't quite know what this is yet. It's still forming into what it will eventually become. But nonetheless, I created this because I wanted to do things differently. I wanted to talk about the things that are actually important in people's lives. And over the last week, I have kind of steered away from that because you get caught up in how many views you have or how much retention you can obtain throughout your videos. How many eyeballs are looking at you? What are people saying? Are they leaving comments? What's the algorithm going to push this week? Should I talk about this? Should I talk about that? And all of that is just bullshit. It's all nonsense. The truth is that 99.9% of all creators could disappear tomorrow and the world wouldn't even know they had ever existed. They'll be forever cemented into the history books through the videos that they've already published, but will anyone care? Would anyone care? And if you, no matter what you do in life, it could be creating content, it could be making an impact and finding purpose. If people don't care that you're no longer doing something, then that means that you're doing the wrong thing. And it could be the simplest of things. It could be, let's say, a valet that just skips to work every single day. And when you hand him the keys to your car, he makes you feel like the most important person in the world. He brings joy to your life. It could be a doorman. It could be someone that makes your coffee every morning. These are the people, even if they don't impact thousands or millions of people, that truly make a difference. And I want to become one of those people. I've gotten off track a little bit because, like I'd mentioned, you get caught up in this hype of wanting to put something out that people will like. And I'm done doing that. That's not why this was created to begin with. It was created to hopefully find people where they are and then motivate them to get to where they need to go, where they want to be. I want to help you guys understand your purpose, and I want you guys to know what is truly valuable in life. And when I start creating more and more content, you'll see a consistent theme of me wanting to hit on human emotions, whether it be tragedies or absolute bliss. These emotions that everyone experiences, you could pull from that and use that as fuel in order to motivate yourself to get things done. That's all I ask. I ask that each and every single person that watches these comes out with something that is truly valuable to them, and then they implement it in their lives, and their lives start to get slightly better, and then they do more, and their lives start to improve even more so. And then after a while, they can't even recognize the person that they were 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. That person is just a hollow shell of who they are in the present day. And I want to hopefully be the catalyst that makes that happen. Look, guys, I could talk about a bunch of fancy shit that no one needs. I could talk about having nice clothes or driving a nice car. I could talk about a watch collection. But that isn't helping you guys. That's just showing off. That's having my own PR express to you guys why I'm so important. And that's all most people are doing, especially on here. And I'm guilty of it myself. At least I caught it. But most people don't give a rat's ass about you. I didn't make this channel in order for it to become monetized, and it will never be Kyler Speaks about an advertisement. That's not what this channel is. The second you start to profit off of art, off of purpose, it ruins it. And I've seen it time and time again. This channel, no matter if it has 1 subscriber or 500 million, will never sell out, because I would be jeopardizing everything that matters to me, the reason that I created this. I want everyone on here to be able to speak with one another, and as I go on in the future, whatever I share, I could be talking about upcoming events, I could be talking about news that's impacted us here recently, I could be talking about the importance of doing something, like the importance of having responsibility, and how responsibility is what carries us forward. I could be discussing a wide array of different topics, and my goal throughout, the needle that is sewn throughout all of these videos, is value and meaning. You know, when I was younger, Kid Cudi was my absolute favorite music artist. I loved him as a person, and therefore he couldn't put out an album that I didn't absolutely adore. The reason for that is not because he's maybe the most talented, and he never was the most critically acclaimed or popular. He never really went mainstream. The reason why I had such a deep connection to Kid Cudi's music is because of him as a person. He acted like your big brother. I will tell you about all the mistakes I made in my life. That way you don't have to experience them yourself. And every single word that he spoke was felt deep within your chest. It was genuine, it was raw, it was honest. And so I don't give a shit whether or not Kid Cudi wins 500 Grammys because he's already won in the eyes of his peers and, most importantly, in the hearts of his audience. I don't have to become Mr. Beast, and I don't want to become Mr. Beast. I want to become me. That's who I am. Each and every single creator on YouTube has an individual purpose. They have their lane. I don't want to be in anyone else's lane because that lane's already filled. Instead of doing that and tailoring my content to appease people that think they know what they want, I'm just going to continue speaking, and each and every single day I will hit on a new topic that you may not have known that you needed to hear, but it may bring you some sort of value. I highly recommend that you guys find a purpose. And the truth of the matter is that you never really know. It's not something that you can put your finger on and say, oh, I found it. I'm finally enlightened. Enlightenment doesn't work that way. We're just a bunch of dumb, fallible monkeys that are slightly less hairy, spinning on a giant rock, floating through outer space. Like, forever. At least as far as we know. And honestly, doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter that we don't have everything figured out. Because if we did, life would be boring. Imagine if, while reading a book, you started at the very last chapter. You'd be like, wow, this book absolutely sucks. You mean I found out that Luke Skywalker dies and that Darth Vader is his father right from the get? No, it needs a little bit of suspense to it. And that's the beauty about life. I love the fact that we're just dumb monkeys on a floating, spinning rock that's orbiting the sun in one small solar system of an unlimited amount of solar systems within the universe. That means that we have the ability to create our own purpose. And we have to remember that one day we're going to die. We're not going to be around anymore. And so while you're here, what is it that you want to do? I know that people have to pay the bills. I get it. If you're a cashier at Kmart, you probably don't want to be doing that for the rest of your life. Maybe you're a gas station employee, or a general contractor, or an accountant, or even a lawyer, or a doctor. Maybe you are in sales, and you absolutely hate that. You have to do that every single day. I would like to say I feel sorry for you, but the reality is that we all have to do that. But what do you do with the rest of your time? Is it filled with something that actually brings you joy? What brings you joy? Find that thing, and that could at least be the start to realizing, or more so uncovering, your purpose. It's not going to hit you like a ton of bricks, guys. You have to find something that you're good at, and then you have to ask yourself the big, important question, and it's one word: why? 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 What's the point? What is the point of doing this? And if you have a good enough why, then you'll do it, regardless of how tough it is or how impossible it seems. You'll pick yourself up by your bootstraps every single day and go out attempting to further that endeavor. But it has to be meaningful. And it doesn't have to be extremely profitable, if profitable at all. Profitability is a side effect. In America especially, in this capitalistic dome that we call a society, we are pinned up against one another, and we are almost brainwashed into thinking that money is the end-all be-all, and it's not. Truthfully, we have everything we need. We're perfectly content. You have food. It may not be the best food, but it's food. You're gonna shit it out a couple hours later anyways, so what's the point? You just want mouth pleasure? You want to be perceived as being eloquent and having high etiquette. You want to be like, oh, I'm eating shrimp and lobster. It's food. We're all plentiful. No one in America is starving. Trust me. I've seen people at Walmart. No one's starving. You may not think you make enough money, but the truth is that you're fine. Do you have the house of your dreams? Probably not. But a house isn't quantified by the cost of the house. What's more important is that you make the house a home. Do you have people you love in your life? And if so, what amount of money would make you cut those connections? And the answer is none, because money isn't everything. It's a means to an end. It's not the destination. It's just a side effect. And it just happens. And sometimes people get extremely lucky because what they're passionate about and obsess over is extremely lucrative. And voila, that's how you have people that come out on the other side of life with a massive fortune. But what are they going to do? Take it with them? Does it really matter what kind of car you drive? What really matters, or what should matter, and that's the problem with the way we live currently, is it's ass backwards. What really should matter is how you impact people. After all, everything else is just material possession. It doesn't matter. What truly matters is the impact, the imprint that you leave on people every single day. And it can be something as small as giving someone a compliment because you genuinely mean it, or holding the door for someone, or maybe even if you have a little bit of money to spare, doing something kind that will make other people's lives easier. If you see someone struggling, help them out. And funny enough, if you start doing these things, which I've realized, I haven't always been this person, guys, and I'm still not this person. It's not necessarily a show, but everyone has ups and downs of them caring and them wanting to be kind, because when push comes to shove, we're extremely selfish. All of us are. We have to take care of us first, and then if we have anything left over, that is what we can provide to the world as solace, I guess, for being so fucking selfish to begin with. But that's all that matters. If you have something to give to someone, and it doesn't have to be money, it can be time. You know that there is an old folks home probably right down the street from where you are currently as you watch this video. And there are people in there that haven't had human interaction or contact besides with a nurse or a nurse practitioner or other people that are so disconcerted with life. They haven't had a real, genuine connection with anyone, including any member of their family, in years. If you have extra time, go down to your local nursing home and speak to the people there. They're not slow, they're not stupid. They have their mind. You'll always have your mind, unless you form some rare disease or something. You'll always have your mind. It's your body that gives out. But they're still there cognitively. Go speak to them. Ask them questions. Not only will it make their day, because that's what humans are meant to be doing, is interacting with one another. That's what makes the game of life so fun, is that we can interact with each other. We can learn from each other. We can explore and discover. We can create with each other. Ask them questions, because I guarantee you the response you get will highly impact the way that you conduct yourself throughout life today. They've already reached the finish line for the most part. They're on the final jog. And whatever it is that is a consistent theme throughout speaking to the elderly must be something that is crucial to understand now. The last thing you want to do on your deathbed is have regret. It's really why I created this. I'd always wanted to do this, but I'm from Wichita, Kansas. I'm not special. There's nothing special about me. I don't look like I belong on GQ. I don't possess any crazy talent or ability. I can't dunk a basketball. I'm not a crazy good singer. In fact, I'm not a great singer at all. Although I kind of disagree. I think that at least when I take showers, I sound absolutely incredible. Incredible. Simon Cowell would hit that buzzer if he heard me in the shower. But at any other point, I sound like fucking garbage. Don't ask me to do karaoke. And I don't do karaoke because I suck. And I no longer drink. When you drink, you'll have all the confidence in the world. It's so funny how all the oxygen gets sucked out of the room the second you make a commitment to yourself to stay sober. And you no longer have that blind stupidity that disguises itself as confidence. So yeah, I don't sing. There's nothing I do that is grandiose, that's great, that's better than anyone else. I guess the only thing I have going for me is that I show up each and every single day. And I didn't think that this was possible. I didn't think that people would care what I have to say. I didn't expect people to care about anything that I did, especially when I'm competing with the Logan Pauls and the Mr. Beasts and the KSIs and the IShowSpeeds, and those are just the creators that are towards a younger demographic. Then you have to talk about the Joe Rogans and the Theo Vaughns and the Tim Dillons, the Tucker Carlsons. All of these people are all trying to grasp at your attention. And so I guess I'm just extremely grateful that I have a platform here and that people are listening and people are responding. You know, I haven't had one bad comment yet. And I know that bad comments are going to come. That's part of life. And I'm actually kind of excited for it. Usually about 20% of people will hate you, 20% will love you, and the rest simply won't give a shit. They don't care either way. They're busy living their lives. They have bills to pay. They could give 2 cares less. But I haven't experienced any hate yet. So I guess thank you. That's why I'm able to open up like this and be honest with you guys and just have a conversation. That's what this is, right? That's what this is meant to be. The last thing I'll say is, besides thank you, is just you guys should start protecting your attention. What you pay attention to shapes who you become. It truly wears off on you in a weird, unexplainable way, but in a measurable way. If all you pay attention to is negative content, then you'll go through life with a negative aura around you. You'll have cynicism and doubt and distrust for the world around you. You don't want that. It's much like food. It's food for your brain. Are you going to give your brain Whole Foods? Or are you going to fill your brain with fries from McDonald's and double cheeseburgers and whatever else, ice cream and cookies? That's going to be fucking terrible for your brain. And it's not going to work well. That is what we're doing to ourselves every single day. And like I mentioned, it's not the creator's fault. They're like flies on shit. They will zig and zag wherever the spotlight is at that exact moment in history. If something is important, they'll talk about that. And if it doesn't work, they'll switch it up. And what seems to work is this sensationalistic bullshit that everyone is pushing out now. And I wish they didn't, but unfortunately, that's never going to stop because it's too effective. People like me and you will watch that shit, and I'm guilty of it myself, like I'd said. We'll feed off of that as if we can't get enough of it, and it's sad. It's almost like it is pulling on our evolutionary heartstrings to our brain in ways that we can't even see or notice. I don't know. All I know is that on this channel, I'm going to be exploring topics in the future that might be uncomfortable, might be embarrassing, They might be emotional at times, and they're going to be happy and fun and exciting and exhilarating and extremely informational and truly life-changing. There's going to be that and everything in between, because I just want to share what's most important to me with you. And in return, I want you to tell me what's most important to you. That's the whole thing here with YouTube, guys, is I hate that I'm behind this camera and I can't actually have a genuine conversation with you. But the good news is that here soon, that's about to change. As my following grows, I'll be able to communicate with you guys on a more consistent basis. So right now, I want you to take something away from this. I want you to really take something away from this that you can use today. You can implement it and it will make your life better. If you ever feel like I feel, that sometimes when you wake up, you just don't feel very confident. You just don't feel like you're worth a damn. And it really doesn't matter where you are in life because it affects everyone. It's a big blanket that goes across your psyche. And every now and again, it gets a little wrinkle in it. And you just don't feel good mentally. And so what I can say that's worked for me is just to find things to be grateful for. You have things. You have things going for you. Maybe you have nothing going for you, but you're young enough to where you can change it. You're not going to get trapped in this rat race, doing whatever it is that makes you miserable forever. And so take a jump, take a leap of faith, and change it. People love you. That's something that we all take for granted. The loved ones around us, and they're just there all the time, and we take them for granted. We're all guilty of it. Call someone you love and tell them how much they mean to you. That's the things that you should be doing. And if you do that, then you'll feel so much better about yourself. It doesn't matter the clothes you wear or the cars you drive or how fresh your haircut is. What matters is how you interact with other people. And if you bring them value, your life will just go up. Give someone a compliment. An interesting thing that I've been thinking about for, I don't know, maybe the last day. Maybe I'll make a video about it in the future, we'll see. But it seems like men are being absolutely neglected within our society. Why is it gay to give another man a compliment? Why? Why is that gay? You know that me personally, I enjoy having flowers around me. It's something primal. But men never get flowers. The first time that a man will get flowers and the last time that a man will get flowers is at their funeral. How sad is that? Flowers aren't gay. Flowers aren't womanly. They're not female. There is no gender to flowers. It's nature. It's being closer to nature. So, I don't know, buy someone flowers. Or just give someone metaphorical flowers by giving them a compliment. It makes you feel better. No one will be upset or mad at you if you give them a real compliment. Don't let it be weird. Don't go up to the hottest girl you know and be like, "Oh, I think you're cute," and then just run away. Don't do that. But give real compliments to real people. It doesn't have to be the most attractive girl. It doesn't have to be the Carly Keenan of your life. That's our news anchor, by the way. Here, our local news anchor. She is a supermodel. Very beautiful. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. It doesn't have to be that person. It could be a genuine compliment like, "Hey, I like that tattoo. What's the story behind that?" And they'll tell you, and you'll spark a conversation and maybe even a potential friendship. Who knows? If you want to be happy and you want a little picker-upper throughout the day, start giving out real compliments. And I think it could really transform not only your day, but your life. Spread positivity. That's all you have to do. Spread positivity. So with that, thank you guys very much. Be sure to like and subscribe. And I have one ask for you guys. In the comments, tell me whether or not, if you're a male, if you've ever received flowers. And if you haven't, why do you think that is? That's all I have to say. Till next time, I'll see you tomorrow.